Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a moment and reflect on your life right now. Look closely at where you are, the things you have achieved, and the dreams that still elude you. Ask yourself, why is that? Why does success seem to flow effortlessly for some, while for others it remains just out of reach? Today I am here to tell you a powerful truth that might just change everything for you. The one thing blocking your success isn't out there in the world. It isn't your circumstances, your upbringing, or the people around you. It's something much closer, much more subtle, and yet infinitely more powerful. The one thing blocking your success is a belief, a thought, an assumption you've held, perhaps for years, about what you can or cannot achieve. You may not even be aware of it, but deep within your mind there is a story you're telling yourself, and that story has become your reality. You see, the world you live in, the successes you experience, and the failures you face are all reflections of your inner state. If you believe there's a limit to what you can achieve, the world will mirror that limit back to you. If you believe there's a wall between you and your dreams, that wall will stand firm, keeping you from moving forward. But here's the beauty of it: just as your thoughts create that barrier, they can also tear it down. The moment you stop clinging to the assumption that you are somehow blocked is the moment that the barrier disappears. Success is not something you have to chase after. It's something you allow, something you become. How do you do this? By assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You must live in the state of mind where success is already yours. Feel the joy, the confidence, the certainty of having already achieved your goal. The more you dwell in this feeling, the more the block fades and the path to success becomes clear. Many of us spend our lives focusing on what we don't have, on the obstacles in our way, and on the reasons we believe success is difficult. But the truth is, it's only difficult because you've imagined it that way. If you begin to shift your focus from the problem to the solution, from the obstacle to the outcome, you will see the block dissolve. What is the story you're telling yourself right now? Are you telling yourself that you're not ready, not capable, not deserving? These thoughts are what block the flow of success. You must change that story. Start telling yourself a new story, one of victory, of achievement, of limitless possibilities. And understand this: your mind is powerful beyond measure. Whatever you consistently imagine, believe, and feel becomes your reality. The block you face today is not permanent. It is only a reflection of your current beliefs. Change those beliefs, and the block will disappear. Success will come not as a struggle, but as a natural consequence of who you have chosen to become. In this very moment, you have the power to shift. Right now, you can choose to stop letting fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs hold you back. Step into the feeling of success and watch as the world mirrors that back to you. The block to your success is not real. It is an illusion, one that can be shattered the moment you decide to believe in your own power. Stop this one thing. This limiting belief in success will no longer be something you seek. It will be something you live. Your reality is nothing more than a reflection of the inner state you cultivate. Every experience you encounter, whether success or failure, joy or hardship, stems directly from the thoughts, assumptions, and emotions that dominate your mind. If you look closely, you will see that the outer world mirrors your inner world like a faithful reflection in a mirror. The situations, relationships, and opportunities in your life are not random or beyond your control. They are shaped and molded by the beliefs you hold about yourself and what you believe is possible. If you assume that life is difficult, filled with obstacles, and that success is reserved for others, then your world will respond to those assumptions. You will encounter resistance, setbacks, and lack. On the other hand, if you nurture the belief that success is natural, that opportunities are abundant, and that you are fully deserving of all the good things life has to offer, you will see these experiences manifest effortlessly. This is because your consciousness, your state of mind, is a creative force. What you habitually think about and emotionally engage with becomes the blueprint for your external reality. If you are constantly thinking thoughts of limitation, doubt, and fear, then those thoughts will crystallize into the experiences you encounter. Your inner dialogue acts as the architect of your life. The success you seek is not something outside of you, waiting to be chased or attained through external means. It is already within you, within the realm of your consciousness, waiting for you to bring it into your awareness. The moment you recognize this truth, the barriers that seem to separate you from success begin to fall away. Success is not a distant destination, but a state of being, a reflection of how you see yourself and the world around you. To unlock the success that is already within you, you must first become aware of the inner conversations and assumptions that shape your world. What are you telling yourself day in and day out? What expectations do you have for yourself? It is these quiet, often subconscious thoughts that are creating the reality you live in. The power of assumption is one of the most fundamental forces shaping your life. Whether you are aware of it or not, the assumptions you carry within you dictate the experiences you encounter. These assumptions are more than mere thoughts. They are deeply ingrained beliefs about who you are, what is possible for you, and how the world operates. They silently influence your actions, decisions, and how you respond to life's circumstances. An assumption is not just a fleeting idea, it's a conviction, a feeling of certainty about something being true. When you assume something, whether consciously or unconsciously, you act, think, and live as if that assumption were already a fact. Over time, this mental posture begins to mold and shape the events, relationships, and opportunities that appear in your life. In other words, your assumptions become self-fulfilling prophecies. If you assume that life is filled with challenges, that success is difficult to achieve, or that you are somehow not enough, those assumptions will color everything you do. You will find yourself sabotaging opportunities, hesitating to take risks, or settling for less than you deserve. Without realizing it, these limiting assumptions create invisible barriers that block your path to success. Your assumptions act as filters, influencing how you perceive and interact with the world. If you assume that you are unworthy of success, or that certain goals are beyond your reach, your mind will seek out evidence to support those beliefs. You will unconsciously focus on the obstacles, the reasons why things won't work, and the difficulties ahead. This mindset will, in turn, manifest more of those very things into your life, reinforcing the original limiting belief. But just as easily as a limiting assumption can block your success, an empowering assumption can unlock it. When you start to assume that success is natural, that you are capable and deserving, and that the universe supports your aspirations, everything shifts. Your thoughts, actions, and energy will align with these new empowering assumptions, and your reality will begin to reflect them. You will start noticing opportunities you hadn't seen before, taking bold actions, and attracting the right people and circumstances into your life. The key lies in identifying the assumptions that are currently shaping your reality. Most of them are so deeply embedded in your consciousness that you may not even recognize them as assumptions. They just feel like the way things are. But by bringing them into your awareness, you can begin to consciously reshape them. The one thing blocking your success right now may not be external at all. It's likely an internal assumption you've been holding, often without even realizing it. You are the architect of your own barriers, and the only true obstacle between you and the success you seek is the belief that a barrier exists. These barriers are not tangible or external forces imposed upon you. They are mental constructs, often formed unconsciously through fear, doubt, and limiting thoughts. The truth is that your mind has the power to both create and dissolve these obstacles, and it does so based on the beliefs you hold about yourself and your abilities. When you believe that a challenge is insurmountable, that a goal is too ambitious, or that you are not worthy of success, you unwittingly construct a barrier that keeps you from progressing. This belief becomes a self-imposed limitation, dictating the actions you take and the choices you make. Rather than moving confidently toward your goals, you hesitate, overthink, or abandon your efforts altogether because the imagined barrier feels too overwhelming. Fear is one of the most common creators of these barriers. The fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown often paralyzes us, convincing us that the path to success is fraught with obstacles. But this fear is not grounded in reality. It is a projection of our own insecurities. When fear dominates your thoughts, it creates a mental block, making it difficult to see opportunities or solutions that are right in front of you. Fear tricks you into believing that you must protect yourself from disappointment or failure, and in doing so, it builds a wall that keeps you from even trying. Doubt is another powerful barrier that arises from within. When you doubt your abilities, your worth, or the likelihood of success, you limit your potential. Doubt causes you to second-guess your decisions, question your goals, and shrink from taking bold actions. This inner uncertainty manifests as external roadblocks, as the world reflects back to you the very doubts you harbor. Limiting thoughts are perhaps the most subtle, yet pervasive creators of barriers. These are the quiet, often unquestioned beliefs you've adopted over time, beliefs that tell you what is possible and what is not. You might believe that success is reserved for others, that certain achievements are out of reach, or that your circumstances define your potential. These limiting thoughts shape the way you see the world, causing you to overlook opportunities, downplay your strengths, and settle for less than you deserve. What's important to understand is that these barriers are not real in the physical sense. They are mental constructs that exist only because you give them power through your thoughts and beliefs. They have no independent existence outside of your mind. The moment you recognize that these obstacles are of your own creation, you can begin to dismantle them. Fear, doubt, and limiting thoughts can be replaced with confidence, faith, and expansive thinking, allowing the barriers to dissolve just as quickly as they were built. By becoming aware of the role you play in creating your own barriers, you gain the power to remove them. The success you seek is not being blocked by external forces or impossible circumstances. It is being held back by the beliefs you carry about what is possible. Living in the feeling of your wish fulfilled is the key to removing the blocks that stand between you and your success. It is not enough to simply think about success or visualize it in a detached way. You must immerse yourself fully in the emotional experience of already having